And again, mortgage companies, and in my research, and one thing we do as a company, we're horizon watchers, if you will, so we try to go on, find best practices, what's going right, what to avoid, that sort of thing. And I couldn't find as much, and again, I may have just overlooked some of this, but I couldn't find as much on the mortgage side of things that I would have thought. So it could be an opportunity in that particular category. Okay, this is the wall. Now, so far we have, we've really created the page, we've really designed it, we have profile photos, we've linked to websites, we've linked to the MLS, we've kind of built it. But where the rubber meets the road, if you will, and Hughes Shelton is fairly new into getting their site up. But this is where the action takes place, if you will. This is the wall. These are the messages that you put out onto your wall. And in many cases, it could be videos, it could be just statements. Different types of businesses should post different frequencies throughout the week. A restaurant may need 2 a day. Your business may need 1 a week. So it's just a variety of different sciences, if you will, that go into it. Plus the time of the day is important. Because for the most part on businesses, a lot of the folks will not see a business posting until after work, if you will. So, but again, it depends what type of business. In Hughes Shelton case also, you can see that, again, and this is the thing that it's kind of a double-edged sword. For example, if someone becomes a fan of your page, and let's say they're a really hard competitor, I mean, if the Tampa Tribune became a fan of the St. Pete Times page, St. Pete Times would really have to watch out. Now, I don't think anything would happen, but what can happen is that an agent for a competitor or someone else, they may post something on there that you don't like. And maybe it's just the tone of the message. Maybe you like the company, but what they say is not quite up to your standards. So you can delete the post. But again, you need to kind of be watching it as well, because oftentimes when you go onto some Facebook pages, if it's growing cobwebs, in other words, the last post was January the 3rd or something like that, more than likely you won't go back. But that also tells you that whoever the owner of that page is, or the business, they're not watching it as closely as they should be. But also, you really have to watch it closely because, again, other folks can post on your page once they're a fan of it. So, again, just something to watch out for. Again, videos, photos, contests, surveys on the wall. If you go to some of the more preeminent sites throughout the country, like Skittles or Starbucks or Coca-Cola, you can see some of the things that they do in terms of contests and things like that. Now, in many cases, though, medium and small businesses have actually the best idea. I mean, we have a garage door company who's going to have the ugliest garage door contest where they submit your garage door via photo, and they post it on the wall, and then the fans get to vote. Anyway, the winner is a free garage door. So little things like that can be done. And a final thing, collecting fans' email addresses. Yeah, that's an opportunity through Facebook. Now, I won't get into all the details of that. Okay, we are almost ready to land this plane. Again, I mentioned it one more time. 2/3 of the users say it influences their decision on purchasing. You can post the ads, the promotions, the sales, etc. Ask your fans to tell other friends about your offering. So in other words, once you have those fans, ask them to share the information. If you are having a contest, if you are giving something away, if you just have a message out there, ask your fans to really send that on to their friends. And again, posting information on other relevant businesses' Facebook page. If we have one on the Seminole Chamber of Commerce or the Largo Chamber of Commerce, special for those members only, that sort of thing. So you can go into those other business sites. Again, best practices. When you look at some of the common threads, you can see that a custom design profile picture, a very nice, well-designed, custom-built page, post fan-friendly content weekly, and engage in wall conversations. In other words, we have dentists who have Facebook pages, and you stop and think, like, why would I want to be a fan of my dentist in the Facebook page? Well, when you look at the content that the dentist posts, you want to go back. I mean, it's not necessarily like, hey, we have a root canal special or anything like that. But it's things that really are of interest to you. In fact, some days what we might post on the dentist page is nothing about dentistry. So it just engages the folks. Again, the videos, photos, contests, A lot of folks like to have the full website experience right there on your Facebook page. In other words, when you look at Hughes Shelton, there's probably whatever they're not on there, they link back to their website. So in a sense, you can go there. And some people describe a Facebook page versus a website. I mean, in the 90s, everyone had to have a website, and arguably so. That's where people were going to find out more information about your business. But in today's world, it's almost like if you only have a website and that's all you do, it's like you're in the Mojave Desert, if you will. But once you're on Facebook, it's almost like you're in the middle of Manhattan. You're right there with a bunch of people. Now, you still have to give them reason to come into your business. But it's just a radical, again, getting back to my opening comments, just a radical transformation of where we are today. Promoting the special offers, talked about that. And again, building your fan base. You want to, in a very targeted way, grow your fan base. In other words, you can go out there and invite everyone in the world, and maybe that could be your strategy would work. But in a lot of cases, in most cases, be very specific on who you want to target as your fans. And in many cases, your current fan base, your current customer base, like for example, if you have 5,000 emails in a database, or 1,000, or whatever the case, email those folks first, ask them to be fans of your page, and then ask them to ask those. Questions? Yes, very back, and then we'll go ahead. Either one, ladies first.
How hard is it, or how do we build our Facebook page to look like that real estate company page?
There's a variety of different ways. And it really depends on your particular situation, what your goals, what your objectives are. If you have folks that can help you build it, if you're capable of doing it on your own, or if you hire a company to do it for you. So it just from all across the chalkboard. What we found in most cases is that sometimes it takes a lot of time. I mean, in other words, building it's a challenge, and especially with Facebook. When I mentioned before, they made some changes that made things different. They also made it difficult on building it. So, whereas any Gary the Garage person could build it, I mean now it's getting more and more difficult. In fact, our company, as an example, a couple of our folks, we sent them to additional training not too long ago because Facebook made a change on us again on a Friday, tell us on the following Monday. So there's a variety of different ways. Different companies can help you, or some folks can try to do it on their own. Goodbye.
As far as with the Facebook, as I say, obviously we have kids and we're worried about the bullying of Facebook. But even in a business, what type of defenses can you put? Because if somebody that is envious of your success or something wants to damage you, it can be done very easily.
Right.
So what can you do to prevent that? Is there certain things that Facebook kind of look into? Because all it would take is somebody to write something very nasty about yourself on a wall. Right. So as much as you could have fans,